for Spanish, I don't know, Spanish 103, okay? And then they have few chapters. So if they have a cell phone, on their cell phone, they usually have a scanner, so QR code scanner. So they would just, like, it works like this. Okay, so you just go ahead and scan this code, and boom, it'll take you to this online vocabulary set that you can study.
Quizlet?
Yeah, Quizlet. So you will, if you have account with Quizlet, you will be able to see the whole set or this chapter. Okay, so this
when
is.
When you say chapter, does it go with a book or?
With the book.
Okay, all right.
Yes. So now let me show you the Quizlet website.
Do we have those books?
So this is called Quizlet.com, and then you log in, and on the map you can see here, this is their real-time access picture. So at this moment, there are people from all over the world using this service. So we have a teacher account.
So we could all start a teacher account even if we don't have the book, or do we need to buy a book? Or?
Yeah, we can share this teacher account with you. Actually, I forgot if I already shared this account with Allegra. So in this teacher account, we created a lot of classes, as you can see. We have Arabic, business, Chinese, Japanese, almost every single language we teach at UWM. And all the courses, okay? German, 103, 101, 102, 203, Irish, Italian. So for Allison, if you can access this, you will be show your students all these vocabulary, okay? And then this is a chapter 6. If you click on it.
So this is the Italian book that they use in
Yes.
103.
Yes. So this is the book, and then you can check the audio for it. This is a recording. So if you doesn't like the recording that the website gives you, you can okay. So this one, the instructor station doesn't have microphone. Just pull it out.
Chiedere. To ask for. Chiedere. To ask for. Conoscere. Decidere. To decide. Diventare. To become.
Okay, so basically Jody has been entering all those vocabulary items for the Italian classes. Okay, so if you were to teach your own specific textbook, you can ask us to help you enter those items, vocabulary items, and then we can share the URL to your chapter with you. Okay, so the same fashion with other languages. Okay? So we have almost everything for Japanese, Korean, Spanish, Portuguese, Hebrew.
And we've got links to them on our WordPress, right?
Right. So
it can be any book, just someone to.
Yes.
Okay.
Can be any book, can be any subject, can be any topic. So if you open your browser now, type in Quizlet.com. Quizlet.com. Okay, and then you search anything. For example, geography, physics, political science, anything, food studies, anything.
Okay, so now
You will see. Eric entered ESL. Okay, so or your typical textbook. Try your textbook. I entered integrated Chinese. There are tons of, stuff for integrated Chinese. So what textbook are you using?
Oh, we teach like a million classes, so
Tons
that's
of
really.
TOEFL vocabulary lists here.
Yeah. So
So what do we have?
you can search
Just
for
search for
anything.
anything up at the top.
ESL or particular textbook name,
And what do they mean by terms in your?
Terms is like contemporary topics or movie studies, and people even use Quizlet for math, for political science, for chemistry, for any subject. Okay. Remember last time we were working with
So what's the difference
gender
between
studies, any topic. Okay.
So with this one, the students, some of the students seem to like using it.
And the beauty of it is,
Worksheet.
it's not only let me show you quickly the Arabic 201. Okay. And then you can have subsets of your vocabulary. For example, you've been teaching adjectives, okay, from chapter 1, some from chapter 2, some from chapter 4. And then you can combine them into a new subset of all the adjectives in your textbook, all the pronouns, or the collocations, idioms. Okay, so you can create any kind of vocabulary study set. And then for I think Spanish, they have body parts, conjugation rules. Okay, so how do you use them? Okay, that will be a next question. So how would you use them? Okay, so first of all, the students can use it as flashcard. So if I click open, okay, the first one is flashcard. Okay, so flashcard.
Number.
Okay, and then you can flip.
Added.
This is a number in Arabic. Okay, so.
Number.
And then you go to
Numbers.
the next word. Okay. Next word.
First.
So how do you say first?
First. Second. Second.
Okay, so this is flashcard.
She's just showing some flashcards.
Yeah. Flashcard. And then here on your Quizlet app, you can download Quizlet app on your cell phone. So students can study their vocabulary on their cell phone, go through all these flashcards with audio. Okay? That's one way to study it. And you can also learn, okay, how you can play games. There are a couple of games that are available on Quizlet side as well as on your cell phone app. For example, you have to type in the Arabic letters to match what's on your flashcard. This is called Learn, okay? They also have a speller. Okay, so type what you hear. So for ESL listening, it might be a good tool, okay? For listening, you have a set of vocabulary. You want them to listen and type. So you can do this in the lab, okay? For example, you just book a lab for a certain day and let's practice listening. Vocabulary, you have a lot. You can create a set of vocabulary. And scatter, it's kind of match game.
I just played that. That was fun.
Yeah, and then you can. The beauty of it is, because you're teaching in a smart board room. Okay, you can have up to 4 students up here, and give them, use fingers to match. So you could do small group in the competition. Have 3 come up here and do the match. Here. Do it like that. It'll be fun,
So I was just asking John, if we see that there's something not on here from a book that we want to use, then how would we
You just give us the book.
import information.
Yeah, you just give us the book. We'll have our staff enter into Quizlet. Okay.
So the page or whatever.
Yeah,
we
the
want.
page. Yes. Okay. And this gravity is a new game as well. So you can decide whether you want an easy or medium or hard level. So they've been building gaming components into this application. Okay. All right. So this is all the games that are available. Okay. And how do you teach with this tool in a different way? So I can show you an example from Arabic. Arabic
Yeah, this would be good for A1s.
201. Okay.
You know, the Q series is on YouTube. This is another.
Are they?
Okay, so you can not only enter the vocabulary words, individual words, you can also enter sentences. Because basically it's a flashcard. You can write anything on it, right? So this is a sentence. Okay? So it's not like a word and a meaning. It's a word and a sentence that has the word in it, context. Okay? Example
Like the
sentence.
first word, yeah.
So you can use it differently. Okay? And then this is a sentence level. See, this is a vocabulary sentence, a connector words. And sometimes Arabic instructors even using it as a tool for a retail story. Okay, retail story. So you have a word, a bunch of words, and you can put an image on here. So ask the student to look at this image and then use a bunch of words to describe this image. Okay? So you can have 4 different pictures. You have 4 groups. Have them do the same, describe the picture using these words. Okay? And then you can use the back side of the flashcard as your standard maybe example. You can say, hey, did you use this word in this way? Did you use the connector or did you use the collocation? Okay, so they gave them your standard version of describing the picture or the direction. Okay.
So my question is, you're putting the book in there, but so it requires the teacher to do all the instructor to do all this development to get to, right? And how
For
hard
you
is,
guys, probably
right.
will be Jody. If you want anything to be done, for the program, say I want a Quizlet set for this chapter from this book. Someone in your office, or you can ask us if we have undergraduate student researcher. They're available for you.
But you're saying, like, for example, Dan said one of our books, there are chapters. Is it chapters or just units?
It's chapters.
Chapters, yeah, we can go by chapters, and then if you want a subset in that chapter, we can also do subset. All the adjectives, all the body parts, all the
So
describers, whatever.
what did you put in search then?
Q series speaking and listening, for example.
Okay. And a lot of times, if you search that textbook, you may already find something on Quizlet that other students or teachers already entered. What you can do is to copy that set and make changes. Okay? It's not stealing, because once you copy their set, the creator will get an email recognition. Say so and so has copied, and you get recognized that way. That's why I always get email from other people who copied our sets, Arabic or Spanish. I mean it's open resource.
It's open resource.
Yeah, it's
You
open
can set it
resource.
to private if you want to.
Yeah, you can.
But what would be the advantages that are private? The whole
Not
idea
as far
is
as
for
I'm
you to put stuff out there and like.
No advantage as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
Other
the whole
people can
idea of
use
this is for
List that I
people,
made, great.
To learn.
yeah, it is for people to share resources once you develop them.
Right.
So, and another way to organize this whole resource into class. Okay, so that's why we have different classes. Okay, you can add this set to class. Okay, add to class. So if you have a reading or B1 or B2, you can create a class. Okay, and then keep adding vocabulary set to your class. Okay, so this is week 2. You need to study this set. Okay, add to class. So I have this set. I have all these different classes. I can add to different IEP writing A, for example.
Do we have a premium account for that? Because I think it's the standard free version, I think.
We do. LRC purchased the.
Yeah, I think the standard free version, you're not able to do that.
So you add that, and then you can also manage your class. So these are the students in your class, and you can see who did the flashcards, who did the speller.
Oh, yeah.
So if you really want to make
I
this
wanted to do
the,
that, but
you
have
know.
a premium account.
So we can get all.
So you can manage your class this way. You know, you say, okay, you gotta go through the flashcards. It'll be highlighted when they are done. But I know you teach a lot of face-to-face class. There's another way to use Quizlet. You can combine, okay? So for example, you can combine 2 adjective sets into one big set. You can combine sets. You can copy sets. For example, you have, students of different levels. Okay, you say, okay, this is too hard. This is too easy. You can, move and shift items around, give them different assignments, and you can also export into documents. Another feature I like to use is print. Okay.
I have a question though.
Yes.
In looking at this, these study sets, there's a lot of clip art. Do we have the right to go in and capture clip art off the internet?
They have clip art database that you can search.
Quizlet does.
Yes.
So you're actually using their
We
clip
use
art.
their clip art for
that
a
makes
concept, abstract, vocabulary. We sometimes have to use our own. You can upload your own as well.
So let's say one of the teachers here were to go to Jody and say, can you create this Quizlet? She'd have to have the word and then the answer in in a Word doc, and then she would just copy and paste it?
Yes.
You basically could, if you had it set up like that, you could basically import it in there. And then the thing that gets slightly more fussy with it is making sure that it's organized in a proper way for your program. So that if someone else wants to reuse the set, they know what it is. Or if I'm trying to put the link, because we're trying to put links directly to all our Quizlet sets into our WordPress so that people can look under Japanese 101. They can find all the Quizlet sets for those units, and in fact they can even find the word lists right there, and they can copy them and put them, maybe they like to use Memrise better, and then they can just slap it into Memrise, but so that people can know how to find it, because if one teacher just makes an isolated thing, just like Joy's ESL vocabulary list 1, people might not even know what it's for to reuse it.
So you're saying the key is in that heading, WM Japan
Japanese,
201 Genki Chapter 18 Kanji, is to make it as detailed as possible. So if it were out of Reader's Choice Chapter 1 Exercise 5,
Right.
Exactly.
then anybody would be able to access that.
Yeah.
So it's really about labeling correctly rather than.
That's what happened when you just you just enter ESL. You got a lot of ESL, but you don't know what's in there, right? Exactly. So for the sake of people searching convenience, you just want to make things more specific.
And probably uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah, as uniform as possible.
Okay. Another feature is to print. Okay, they have different way to print out your vocabulary. So if some students like to hold on to something, paper and pencil, so you have this list for the student to print out. Okay. Or you can print like this, your different way to print out your list. Or like this. So sometimes if you have group activity, you want to print out this format. Okay, so you just print it out, the big sheet, and then you cut it out and cut it out, right? And then you do the group activity. Say, hey, can you look for something? Look for your partner who has this description. Instead of, explanation, you have a description. Okay, do the match, like our graph writing. So you have a graph on one side, and then you have a description of the graph on the other side. You cut them out, give to students, and then you do pair work. Can you find your description? You can do this kind of activity. And then this will give you a bigger, more room to put more information on it, okay? So it could be image, right? You cut them in half and then have them talk to each other. Look for your partner. Who is your partner? Okay. And even index card, okay? So different ways to print. Okay, any questions?
Is there any fast rule about, like here I'm looking at one exercise and it says it has 66 terms. To me, that makes it really difficult in terms of how much material you're giving a class at one time. I mean, I can't think of any particular group of students that would be able to sit down with 66.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Maybe more related to Italian, the hybrid Italian course as well. So if you do have 66, for example, for Chinese, every chapter has about that amount of vocabulary. In order to, reduce the anxiety, you can just split them into 3 sets. Release one at a time, okay? So 22 for Monday, and another 22 for Wednesday, another 22 for Friday. You could split into small sets.
10, 15.
Yeah. So depending on how, your students' level and how well they receive. It's very easy. You just make a copy and then delete. Okay, keep deleting the copy. And then you make another copy and adding. So it's very easy to manipulate the vocabulary sets. Okay.
So this is the only way you can actually create it is in the Premier account?
For a regular account, you can create, but you will not be able to record your own audio. You will not be able to add your own image. But you can still study, use all those games and, those are the features.
You can add an image.
You can still now for free
I
account?
think in the free one you can insert an image on the card, but you can't do any of the class tracking.
No, that's for the teacher. They used to, Any other questions? So if you were to use it, how would you use it for your class?
Could be lab time and have some individual practice, maybe to get them going.
Mm-hmm.
And then it could be an assignment.
Uh-huh. Could be a review maybe before you have them take an exam.
Yeah.
Quickly, like 3-minute review, play the game or study the flashcard. Right. And how would you use it, Eric?
I'm just wondering, would it be simple enough for students to be the ones to submit the words and the definitions? Could we train them like at the beginning of the semester? They're assigned a chapter, and then everyone kind of is invested in doing it, and then they're the ones doing the work,
Yeah, that's a great idea. Actually, I experimented on my children, because I teach them Chinese at home. I said, okay, Johnny and Grace, you do the first 10, and then Grace will do the next 10, words. And they're fighting for the microphone. They're like, I want to record it. I want to listen to myself. So, and then they practice how to type Chinese, how to input on computer. So, I don't have to do anything, and then they review them. And
I've actually tried that too. Like with a free account, when you can't track it, it's kind of hard to tell if they're actually doing anything. And I sort of found you can show them how to share it with you on the free account, but it seems like it's much better with the premium that you can find out what they're actually doing.
Yeah, or you could ask them to, collaboratively, like, figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe give you 20 and you figure out how to do it, contribute. Or if you have your student reading new articles, there might be some new vocabulary, right? So have them enter the most difficult ones, and then you can see, oh, these are the words that they don't understand. So next time, you know what to teach.
On the quiz, they used to have the vocabulary that the class together selected.
Yeah. It's a great idea. So, Allison, do you have any questions? Can we hear her?
Something with the mic.
Microphone not working? Can you hear her from the headset?
Hear her.
No? Can you type? If you have questions, you can type from Zoom, the chat box. The chat box. Yeah.
Have you tried this before?
Not for students.
There is a chat box. Yeah. If you have any question, you can type. All right. As I showed you earlier, we actually have all the vocabulary sets available on our website by languages. Okay, so Arabic. If you click into Arabic 101, we have go to quiz. So these, when students, scan the QR code, they will be able to go to the direct place. Okay, so Allison has a question. I don't have any questions. My students love Quizlet. They use it a lot. Okay, great.
What did she say?
Her student use Quizlet a lot. Yeah. And then if you have if you know what you're gonna teach with, for example, the textbook or your articles, you can start collecting and then give them to Jody or give them to us, okay? All right. And then for each set, you have this is how you share.
So I'm wondering, if there are lower level classes, it may handle how much of it.
And this is the URL for the set. Okay, so if you want a student to study this set, you go to share, and then at the bottom, this is the URL for this set. So just give them the link. Hey, click the link and study the set. Okay, this is how you share. And then you can enter a student to your class by their email. Send them an email invitation. Okay, join the class by clicking this. But they do have to sign up with Quizlet. Okay.
Can I ask something, what Eric was suggesting about having students enter definitions? How would they do that?
They would sign up with Quizlet, right? And then they would join the class. So James, you will create a class. For example, writing A, okay? And then they will join the class, and then in this class, you will see all these members, okay? So then they can edit. You give them the right to edit your set. Then they can type. Okay, type in. Or if you want us to train a student, bring them into the lab. We can show them how to do, how to enter, how to, send you, updates and things like that. Okay.
How do we get access to the premium account?
I can email you the password. You can
Okay.
start.
Just email it to me and I'll email everybody.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Just don't delete other people's sets.
No.
Yeah. All right. So you can go
Yeah, that
ahead.
could be really irritating.
Go ahead and create a folder or create a class. Okay, so this is how you do it. Create a folder. Okay, this is a folder or create a class. If you just want to create a class, go ahead and create a class. So I'll show you. Okay, so this class, you have course name, teacher, year, section, whatever you want to do it, and choose UWM. Okay.
Does that UWM just come up automatically if we're working on?
Yeah. Yeah, just identify your school. So here here UWM. Okay. And then once you have a class, then you can enter different sets. Okay? So in this class, I have 3 sets of vocabulary. I'm looking forward to your ESL classes, okay, in here, showing up in here. I may have a few already. IEP writing, this is what I created.
I saw one up above French, I thought. UWM ESL.
ESL. I don't know.
Oh, that might have been the one I was just looking at.
Yeah.
I like the map on this.
No,
One called One IAP or IAP Writing A.
I don't know who entered this, probably Jody for some other class, I don't know. The Q5 INS.
That's an example of a hard to know what to do with name.
Hard to do.
Because it doesn't really tell us what it is.
Yeah.
Other than it's probably from LNS, which we
That's
already
how,
that's
discussed.
listening.
that's how.
Oh, listening and speaking.
And speaking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that element.
Oh, so it is telling more.
Yeah, if you know the textbook that you're using,
You
you
know,
can kind of
okay.
guess on that.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
And the Q is actually the name of the book. It's not short for question or whatever.
Q skills.
And
Yeah.
it would probably be helpful.
I
It
was
would probably be helpful to put
helpful right
ESL in all of them. So
Yeah,
at least like we would know. Because like I wouldn't know until I looked in there and I'd say, oh, it's English vocabulary, but not really know what it came out.
I would put the whole thing, I would put ESL dash,
Q
skills
for success by.
for success, listening and speaking, because there's Q skills for success, reading and writing.
Yeah.
You could even put ESL 70, so somebody knows.
And then that's the Q5 is the unit it's in. Is that correct?
It's
No,
it's
it could be
the
the book.
level of the book.
There's 5 levels.
Oh, okay.
But see, that's where you put level 5 or, and I think you would be smart to put as much information in that title as possible.
Skills.
And trying to have uniformity in your naming convention.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
So if somebody
Page 74.
starts with Q skills, book 5, listening and speaking, chapter 3, for example.
Okay, another website that helps students learn vocabulary is called Memrise. Memrise.com. Okay. So as a student, I think they don't have a pro account, so we just sign up as a student free account. So in this account, we've been learning some Chinese, we've been learning some Spanish, some Japanese. So on this website, they have some, if you search, okay, if you look, yeah, why, thank you. You don't have to sign up with this one. I just want to quickly show you what this website does.
Does it let you go in without Join Now It's free?
I don't think so. You have to go in and sign up.
Hacking Spanish.
Yeah.
I wonder if that has to do with health. Hacking.
on this website, you can create your own textbook, create your own, study sets. For example, here, this one is Learning Beginning German. Okay, then someone put up this textbook and then other students sign up and learn the vocabulary. And I checked a few Chinese ones. For example, here, no audio. So their idea is each vocabulary is a pot of flower. Okay? So once you visit it, you are watering it. Okay? So the idea is you have to go back and visit often, otherwise the flower will die. Okay? So it'll start from a seed. Okay, so if it's a new vocabulary, it's gonna be a seed. So take a look at this. This is a full-blown flower, and whereas this one is just a seed. So that means I only, started. I haven't studied it many times. So this is based on some memory theory. You have to go back and visit, as often as possible. And then there's a mechanism they call MEM. Let me quickly show you.
Hacking Spanish.
Let's see. So type English meet. So as you can see, it has a timer on it. Okay, so you get some study pressure. Okay, you have to figure this out within this time limit. Otherwise, it'll send you back to this to study again. Okay, if you pass it, you're okay. Okay, so this is their help. The MEM they call MEM is the memory help. Okay, so this definition is the help, which I don't like. I want another help. Okay, and then this is another MEM. This is another memory help mechanism. Okay, so in this one, it shows you a piece of meat, right? A beef. And then you have this image because learners are all different. Some people are more visual than some others. So when I look at this, I may remember this character, how it's written, okay, with two pieces of meat in the middle, okay? And this is another MEM that another person contributed, okay, created by this person. This is how he remembers this word. This is how he, describe it and in order to help himself study the word. And then this is another person's help. Okay, so you can see people have used different ways to help themselves remember a single vocabulary. Some are images, some are descriptions, some are mimicking sound, or the different ways. So the reason I didn't ask you to sign up is because this is a tool for most motivated learners. Okay, so our experiment with German students is, memorize works better for better students
Or higher level
students. And Quizlet works better for average students. Okay, so for example, I'm really motivated. I really want to remember how this character is written. I find ways to help myself remember. Okay, so these are the ways. And as you can see, this is all user contributed. It's not like created by memorized by the company. It's all, open resource crowd learning, And this is another way, it looks like a wishbone. And this is another MEM, okay? So you can pick the most effective MEM for yourself. And I like this one, I'll pick this one. Okay, choose it.
Sitting up.
Yeah. Okay. And then you can go to next one and keep learning it and look at different ways of, memorize the word. Okay. Any questions? And the tracks users, progress, as you can see. And it'll send you a reminder email. Hey, you haven't watered your flower in 5 days. Go back and study. So I keep getting those emails all the time. Vocabulary. Another vocabulary learning website is called vocabulary.com. Okay, on this website they have a lot of study sets. You can create a class and invite students, assign work. Okay. And then it has a lot of games in there too. They have a database of different sets, IELTS writing test sets, or TOEFL vocabulary set, or a set that you want to create for yourself. And then they have different ways. They connect to dictionaries. So it'll give you different ways. I don't know. Which one do we pick here?
To observe
Yeah.
means, I think it's examine.
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 Which one do we
Let's
like?
go with Explore.
Explore.
Heavy duty submitting the word ask.
So it'll give you the explanation. Okay, then you go to the next one. And just go, there we go. As you go along, this is a fill in the blank. Oops, sorry, this one wrong. And you keep, you're earning points, okay?
So if I may ask, so is this also a scenario where we could upload lists that we want?
Yes, yes.
100 words every middle schooler should know.
Yep, you can look up word, you have lists. Okay, so literature, test prep, morphology and roots, speeches, historical documents just for fun.
Academic vocabulary from Kate.
Literature.
Academic vocabulary to look at.
SAT list, ELA, 100 SAT words beginning with A, okay? Practice,
Yeah,
okay?
British pronunciation.
Okay, so you may have a list of your own and then upload and have students sign up. It also has a class mechanism in it.
And we can create our own
List?
with a regular.
Yes, you can have your own list and make it available if you want to the public and have them study your list. Okay?
Is creating a class on this one, is that part of the free account?
Yes.
Okay.
Looks like, because
Hey,
I
James,
just
lots These
as
are,
a teacher, when you sign up, they will ask you whether you,
no, there's not. I'm saying that's where it would be.
Yeah.
when you sign up, they will ask you whether you're a student or teacher. You just say you're a teacher, then they will give you
Okay.
set up. Okay? Alrighty.
Yeah, new SAT.
SAT. Yeah, we have a few minutes left. You guys are free to explore the website and take a look how it works. It's not as fun as Quizlet though. Just keep doing, multiple choice and A and B and C and D. It doesn't have any other.
But even things like
Games.
you're wanting them to learn prefixes.
Just looking at the homepage here, it reminded me Quizlet has an app for the smartphone too. So they can do it while they're waiting in line for lunch or whatever.
Yeah, GRE high frequency words. What was it? They have IELTS stuff, James.
Which one are you looking at now?
The
Vocabulary?
vocabulary.
Yeah, I'm just on here right now.
And the vocabulary one, is that good for a lower level and higher level, equally?
Yeah, a lot of times, as you can see, the category is pretty limited, literature and morphology. It's not as
Right.
it's flexible as Quizlet. You can create anything.
Right.
So, news.
We have Cambridge IELTS test sample 7. Done by the Russian Federation.
And maybe we should say websites, do you have links to all these different tools we've learned about?
We only have Quizlet that's linked
Just 'cause it's-
for different
Yeah.
languages.
Okay.
Yeah. Memorize, we feel like it's more, it's very difficult to decide what man is good for which learner. It's all their own learning preference. Okay, since this is our last workshop, would you like to have another workshop just for Smartboard? Like how to use Smartboard in teaching?
Yeah.
It's not just how to use the Smartboard, it's Smartboard with teaching.
Maybe what we
Your
should do is
camping
do
lab.
this, huh?
Not between now and the end
Yeah,
of the
and then maybe
session.
set it up in September for every.
September?
Yeah.
We're thinking of September 1st. Which is
September.
a Thursday.
The problem is nobody will be here.
Oh, okay. So just,
Yeah.
just let's compare calendar.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But isn't that what period started?
Well, I mean, I can't, yeah, it is. I mean, you're on contract, but I mean, I could set it up for September 1st.
Yeah, because we're organizing one for German on that day, so why don't we just combine?
Yeah, we can do
Have a big group.
All right, we'll talk. I
Yeah,
have to look at the
okay,
calendar.
sounds good.
Because 29th is our September date, so.
Okay.
I mean, I can chat. Maybe it's better ones.
Is Allison welcome?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Sorry.
So maybe,
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
I should give you a review of, I think we.
You know, the camp.
Oh.